Huh? Who's calling me? Floater. Let's see what they want. Hello, Nondda here.
Nondda, how is the current operation coming along?
Nothing new to report.
What are you currently working on?
Researching things.
I figured that was what you would say. Since you don't sound busy, we have a new mission to assign you.
What is it?
We want you to increase your public relations with humans. We want you to become a streamer. This will help with our future plans for the current operation.
A streamer. Really?
This is non-negotiable. We have already decided this would best suit your skills in preparing for the Alliance. Good luck on your mission, Nondda.
Understood. Streamer? I have no idea what they're thinking. Well, I've got no choice. I'll give it my best. Hey, yo, I'm Nondda. I am a streamer now. Yes. Yes, I am. So, huh. I'm an independent researcher, and is weird. It's weird just kind of being thrust into this, but you know, you know what? I got it. They sent me a presentation. Let me pull that up for you guys. Let me pull up the presentation for you guys. Let me just scoop myself over here. Yeah. Let's see. Is it here? Yes, here it is. So, as we can see, this will have all the important information needed that you need to know about me. So, I am Nondda Hiroto. Don't mistake those Japanese characters in the top right. I know it says Nondda Hiroto, but I'm not sure it says that. I just trust what they sent me is correct. Yeah. My nickname, it's Non. You can call me Non or Nondda. Yep. I am 24 years old. Yes, quite young looking, right? 5'8", 172 centimeters. I was born February 24th. I'm sure you can do the math with the age. As far as my occupation goes, I am an independent researcher. You may be wondering what I research, and no, I'm not gonna tell you. You might steal it. Yeah, I research things. So I became. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Story. So Nondda became an independent researcher at the age of 24. Not much is known about his past, nor are there any records to indicate he has one. Yeah, that's true. Nondda is rarely seen outside. Okay, that's true, but come on, you don't need to say that. Choosing to spend most of his time inside playing games or working on a new project. Yeah, that's fair. Nondda was recommended to try becoming a streamer to improve his social skills and PR for his name and research. Yeah, I can't argue with him there. I think my social skills are decent. But yeah, I mean, I can't argue with him that this is probably a good thing. This is probably a good thing. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the next slide. All right. So you get to know me. Okay. Okay. So I like technology. I'm very into tech and stuff like that. Like for example, like I've got my keyboards and my computers. I have my 3 computers that I have set up. I control them with one mouse and keyboard. I built my keyboard and my computers myself. Yeah, I'm just really into tech. Yeah, anything tech related, I usually have an interest in fixing things. So I unironically enjoy troubleshooting stuff. It's like really fun. Like if a friend comes to me to fix something tech related or even other things related, it's kind of fun. It's quite a lot of fun to do that. I enjoy doing that. My alone time and privacy, yeah, I value those quite highly. But yeah, I guess I'll have to put some of that to the side as I become a streamer now. Ooh, here we go. Let's get into the fun stuff. So, my favorite anime. So at the right here we got let's see, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. This show is a masterpiece. It's a little old these days, but that doesn't matter. It is such a good show. It's one of the few animes that actually has a beginning and an end, which is one of the reasons I absolutely love it. You don't see that even with anime these days, where it has like a true ending and all that stuff. Like, oh, it's just such a cool one. I still even see people quoting it to this day, being the drill that'll pierce the heavens, do that. It's such a good watch. There's so much going on for it. If you haven't watched it yet, I'd recommend watching it. But fantastic show. I love the action, the climax. Oh, it's peak. It was peak. Next up is Toradora. It's a rom com, and man, this was a good rom com. Oh man, I understand the tsundere trope these days is overplayed, but back when I first watched this, way back when, a couple years ago, quite a few years ago, it was dude, it was still fresh and it was still good. Oh man, I like this anime because it has a lot going for it that's just good. It has drama, it has as I said, the romance, the comedy. Uh, you really get to know the characters and you get to see their struggles as they go along. And also, it's a finished series. That's another big thing about it. It has a beginning and an end. I love it when anime have a beginning and an end. This is by far my favorite rom-com I've ever watched. It's so peak. It's so peak. Love that bird too in it. Cute little guy. Inko-chan. Yeah. Next up we got Wotakoi. This one's good. In case you can't tell, my hair is very similar to the main male MC in this anime. I definitely took some inspiration when getting my hair cut. Yes, yes, I did. But it's also another rom com. What can I say? I like rom com, and this one, it tickles that thing where it's like you get to see otaku and stuff like that, and that type of culture where it's just like, yeah, no, I relate to this a little bit too much, and it's really funny. So yeah, it was quite enjoyable, quite an enjoyable watch. Next up, Mob Psycho. Oh, let me get into Mob Psycho. So season 2 specifically, Mob Psycho season 1 is good. It was good, but season 2 is where it peaked for me. I haven't gotten around to season 3. I heard it was just an epilogue, so I never got around to watching it. But season 2, oh my god, dude. Mob and his like internal struggles while also dealing with a big external struggle at the same time. And the action was so good. Man, season 2 just like it was great having like watching Mob go from like having to have to question what he can do with his powers because he's very strong in the series obviously, but he's questioning like is it really right? Should I really be doing the things I'm doing? Like dude. It was nice because in the first season he didn't really question it too much. He just kind of did as he was told and he trusted that he was doing the right thing. In the second one he really starts to question it. And it's such a good watch. It's such a good watch. I love that. I love the action in it. Speaking of action, let's talk about some of my favorite games. So starting up at the top, we got Monster Hunter. I got into Monster Hunter World was the first one I got into. And that was back in 2020. And once I started playing, oh man. Oh, it was I don't know where this was all my life. It's such a good game. At this point, I have over 1,000 hours in World alone, and then in the other games, I've played quite a bit. Like I played quite a bit of Rise, and then I even went back in the series. I played like played the first, the second, and the third one since they were all on console. Two of them on PS2, one of them on the Wii. It was great. I played GU a little bit as well. I just love the Monster Hunter series, and Sword and Shield is my favorite weapon in it. It's just so much fun, especially with friends, but you can even do it solo. It's just good. It's a good time. Next up, we got Fallout and Skyrim. Ooh, I know Bethesda gets a lot of shit for their RPGs, and they deserve it, but Fallout and Skyrim, specifically Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4. I'm not too crazy on the older ones of Fallout, unfortunately. But specifically 3 New Vegas and 4, I love them. They're so much fun. They have so much replayability too. And that's not even counting mods, like because the modding community is pretty like active there. Like I have gotten so much out of out of Fallout. And then Skyrim, it's It's basically the best medieval fantasy RPG I've played. At least one that like fits what I want for me to play as a game. Technically speaking, they're not that good of games, so to speak, but they're fun, and that's what's important. I think that's more important than a lot of things. I've never played the older Elder Scrolls games either. You know, I've only played Skyrim. So I've tried Morrowind, didn't care for it too much. It was really slow starting, and yeah, no. Maybe one day I'll try Oblivion. But yeah, I don't know. I got to do a playthrough of one of those one of these days of either Fallout or Skyrim soon. Next up, though, we got Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. This one has just a special place for my childhood. I played this not on the original N64 actually. It was on the Wii Virtual Console is when I first played this, and I never beat it. I still haven't beat it, but the game itself is just so good. Like going from like young Link to adult Link and seeing the world change and all these memorable characters you got, you know, with the Gorons and the Zoras. Like it was just it was so good. It was so good. I really do want to get around to beating some of them some of these days, playing some more like Ocarina of Time if I want to play some of the older ones, or even going and playing Breath of the Wild, Twilight Princess, all these games. I really want to, because Legend or Link specifically is just one of those characters that I've always thought of as super cool. Like in Smash Bros. He's my main. Adult Link specifically, he's my main. Really enjoy the game. I like the aesthetic. It's just cool. Shadow of Colossus. This is the best platforming game I've ever played. It is so good. I'm not a huge fan of platformers, by the way. But this one is different. It's just good. I would love it if someone were to take the formula of Shadow Colossus and do it again. Like, give me more of this. It's such a cool game, and you know, it's great. I beat it on the PS2 not too long ago, and I'd love to play it again on the PS4, the remastered version, because I've never played it there. But yeah, it's such a cool game. Seeing these giant colossi and then physically climbing the colossi to take them down. Ah, man. Even if the main character's motives were a little bit sketchy, he still did it. It was great. Um, Next up though, we got Borderlands. I like the Borderlands series quite a bit. Recently, they've had a pretty hard fall off, but you know, I played the original Borderlands when it first came out, way back in like I think it was 2008, long time ago on the PS3, long time ago. But then Borderlands 2, I put so much hours into Borderlands 1 and 2. I didn't like the pre-sequel that much. It wasn't something I enjoyed. But then Borderlands 3, I really like the gameplay. I really don't like the story. So it's like, the DLC was decent, but the actual main story was pretty ass. So yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, Borderlands DLC though in general have always been the peaks of the games. To be fair, like in the first Borderlands, I'd argue if you don't have the DLC, you're not even getting the real experience of Borderlands 1. Same thing with Borderlands 2. Like all the best content comes from the DLCs in these games, which sucks, but is what it is. For some reason, their writing's just better there, except Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 specifically has both good writing and good gameplay. It's very fun. Very, very fun. I have a lot of fond memories of it. But that's enough about the things that I like. Let's talk about some things that I don't like. Heights. I am not a fan of heights. So, like, yeah, no, like standing on like the edge of a building just doesn't work for me. Like, to put, like, the thing is, I don't hate going down heights. Like, for example, let's say you build a water slide on a hill. You know, if you do that, I'm perfectly fine going as high as that water slide will go, you know, and going down that water slide. I don't mind heights in that way. What I hate is when that water slide that's built up so high is on some fucking stilts. Like, I'm supposed to trust these stilts? Man, I know, mentally I know it's perfectly safe. 100% safe. Same thing with like being in a skyscraper. I know I'm safe. With that being said, my body still reacts as if I'm not safe. It's thinking that it's gonna be the worst thing ever. So I don't like heights. Another thing, summer and heat. Yeah, no, I like the cold. I like a cold environment. You know, yeah, no, I've never been one for summer. I don't like winter either, specifically. Spring and fall are my favorite seasons. So yeah, but I'm not a huge fan of the summer and heat. I like cold. I like the cold. Another thing I dislike, obsessed fandoms. Yeah, so like, we'll do two examples, but first one, fans of the Dark Souls series. You guys suck, man. Like, okay, some of them are cool. You get like some really cool like content and out of them and all that stuff. But a lot of them just are like, dude, if you're not playing it this way, dude, you're just a baby. You're a little baby. Like what? Like, dude, what the fuck? Let me play the game. It's just like, dude, come on. Like, and it's a meme at this point that people, there's people like that in the community that they're like, dude, they suck. They're the reason that I have never touched Dark Souls, and I really want to play the game. Like, based off my favorite games, you'd think I'd like Dark Souls quite a bit. I just haven't because the community kind of sucks. So, at some point, I'll definitely give it a shot, regardless. I'll just have to understand or make them understand that I'm going to play the game how I want to play the game. Yeah, no, that's one of them. And then the other one is like Undertale. I haven't touched Undertale yet because for some reason they really want you to play it in a specific way, and if you don't play it in that specific way, they jump on you. Like, for example, if you start out as a pacifist run and then all of a sudden, you know what? I don't like this guy. Let me kill him. They start getting mad. Like, dude, you ruined the pacifist run. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? It's my first play. Like I hate them. I hate them too. They're also kind of weird. The Undertale. You know who you are. You know. But at the same time, I still want to play the game at some point. It's just, yeah, no, I don't like them. I don't like them. Next, crowds. Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, unsurprisingly, I don't like crowds. I'm pretty uncomfortable in big groups of people. I like my space, like my personal space. Crowds tend to eliminate that. Horror. I'm not big with the horror genre. Like, I don't really care for horror movies or games that are based around horror. I've played some of them and they're they're scary, but they never really done it for me. But at the same time, I feel like I should give them a shot. Like, the biggest issue with like horror movies is I get too immersed. Immersed? Yeah, I think immersed is the right word. I get too into it, and it's too much. It just overloads too much. So maybe I'll give them a shot during this streaming journey that I am on. So yeah. So let's see. Disliked anime. Here we go. Let me get into this. So this is Ori wo Suki nano wa omae dake kayo. I think it said that right. Or Ori Suki, are you the only one who loves me? This fucking show, dude. Spoilers. Spoilers, by the way. I'm going to rip into the show. So it started off all right. It started off pretty decent. The first 4 episodes were pretty good. So let me give you a rundown. So the main character, he pretends to be a nice person, but really he's an asshole. He's not a good person at all. He is and he acts like this in order to get with his friends potentially. He just fakes a personality and then he hopes to get in a relationship with, I think, like a couple of girls around him. One of them's just a crush he has, another's a childhood friend and stuff like that. And throughout the first couple episodes of the show, all the girls are like, no, I want to get with your friend. And every time that happens, it always happens on a bench. So it's got like a nice little comedy gag to it. So at the start, I was like, yeah, no, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then around episode 4 or 5, he breaks. He tells them off, all of them. He tells all of them off. I'm like, yeah, let's go. My man's standing up for himself. It was great. He told them all off. He was like, dude, you suck for this reason. You suck for this reason. It was perfect. It was great. And then they went their separate ways for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, episode 5, within like 20 minutes, they're friends again. And I'm just like, what the fuck was the point? You could have started the anime here. what was the point? It was so frustrating. It's like, dude, like I would get it if it like took, months for those friendships to heal. At that point, yeah, okay, sure, you got me there. It was 20 minutes. I feel from what I remember, it was not long at all, and I was so upset by that. I was like, what the hell? So I'm already halfway through the season of the show, and I'm just like, well, I might as well continue because the first 4 were decent, but then this episode like really upset me. And I continued, and it was a whole lot of nothing for a while. And then they had the balls to end it on a cliffhanger. I don't even remember what happened after the 5th episode. It was so whatever. And then I remember distinctly that that it was a cliffhanger. Oh man, that show. Like it had so many things I didn't like going into it. Oh, it baited me. Now, keep in mind, any anime that I don't like from like the start, usually within the first 2 or 3 episodes, I'll usually drop it right then and there. This is one of the few anime that got me to finish it, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Oh, it was so, made me upset. Outside of that, we got like isekai anime. So the reason I don't like isekai is I think authors use it too often as a cheap trick to get you to relate to the main protagonist more. Like if you're gonna make a fantasy anime, just make a fantasy anime. You don't need the isekai trope. Isekai just tries to get you to relate to a protagonist, but really you could just do the fantasy. Look at Frieren, man. Frieren did so good as just straight up fantasy. There's no isekai with it. I don't know. That's my biggest issue. With that being said, there's a couple exceptions. Like I like Konosuba, I like The Eminence in Shadow. I think those are fantastic anime. But at the same time, like the majority of isekai, I think are garbage, trash, trash. Yeah. So let's go into the dislike games. I don't like battle royale. Battle royale is just not my thing. If I'm playing with friends, sure. Playing by myself, no. Like I don't care for dropping into an area, picking up the items, killing guys, and getting to the end and potentially winning. I get it because there's a rush that goes on there, but at the same time, it's like, I'm good. If I'm gonna play a shooter like that, I'll just go play a shooter like that. I'll play a normal shooter. It's just not my thing, unless I'm playing with friends. PvP sandbox. So this is games like Rust and Ark. Uh, Same thing. I do not like those games because they're not my type of game. I don't really care for the social aspect of it, so to speak. Especially with games like Rust. It's not my thing. Yeah, yeah, unless I'm playing with friends, it's not my thing. Puzzle games. So I don't like games that are just puzzle games. For example, if God of War, it's puzzle sections, I usually don't mind those. I don't mind puzzle sections in games. I don't like a game that's just about puzzle solving. For me, they're boring. They get boring to me. Yeah, I find them boring. I don't mind watching people do puzzle games, but me doing them myself, boring. Yeah. And then we got real-time strategy. So real-time strategy games, I like to be playing the character. I don't like to be controlling the group of characters. So yeah, that's why that's like one of my issues with real-time strategy. Another thing is a lot of real-time strategies just, I don't know, it's not engaging enough for me. Like I've tried a couple, like Age of Empires I used to play when I was younger. I played a little bit of Civilization. That game's a time sink. But yeah, for the most part, none of them ever hooked me. And I just, yeah, for the majority of the genre, I just don't like them. Yeah, no, so that's a little bit about my likes and dislikes. Let's see. What is next? My plans going forward. So these are a few personal goals I have. I would like to learn how to sing. Like, I think it'd be kind of cool. Like, for example, like for celebratory reasons or for one thing or another, being able to do like a karaoke stream one day. I don't know. Right now, I'm not confident with my singing, and it'd be cool if I could actually take the time to learn how to do it right. I think that would be a good goal to go for. Another one is learning to yap. I cannot do the yapping thing. Like, even when talking to my friends, like, we'll talk for a while, we'll keep talking, and then it'll go silent after a bit. Cause we ran out of things to talk about. I'm not good at like coming up with new conversation ideas on the fly without having it, having something to go off of. It's just not my thing. But if I could learn that skill, it'd be pretty useful, especially as a streamer. But yeah, I just do not. I would like to learn to yap better. Or just yap in general. It would be pretty good. Another one is become more outgoing. I mean, in case you couldn't tell, I'm a pretty secluded person. Not, I don't like going out too often. It'd be nice for me to go out and maybe meet some new people and try some new things. Going into the next one, trying new things, I'd like to go out and try new things and do new things, Some things maybe I'm not comfortable with, like for example, like the horror stuff. That'd be kind of nice, Try things that I'm not used to doing. Would be kind of good. Then, yeah, we got the last personal goal, which is stay true to myself. I hope that if for some reason this ever gets successful, I ever get successful for some reason, I hope for the best. But I hope that I can manage to stay true to myself, Like, I won't just accept the first, like, Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship that comes to my door. Like, because I could definitely see a future where I sell out 100% and I just am, like, money hungry. But I'd like to not do that, I'd like to not. That's a goal of mine. I would like to keep to that. I would like to stay true to who I am as a person. So, some goals for the channel. Attempting to keep a schedule. So the thing is, I can keep a work schedule, but my personal schedule is scattered all over the place. Like, if I'm told to come into work at X amount of time or X times every day, I'll be there. I might even be early. Like, that's the thing. I am very, very punctual with keeping up a schedule. It's just when it comes to my own personal life, I'm pretty bad at keeping a schedule. I'll try to like make a schedule and do a schedule for this streaming stuff, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be something to get used to, that's for sure. I'm just so used to being spontaneous with my with what I do. So I'll do my best though, because I know for a lot of people who like to watch, having a schedule is very nice because it lets you like plan your day around it. But yeah. All right, next on the list was collaborate with others. I mean, yeah, it makes sense both for a business standpoint as well as just personal too. I'd like to hopefully make friends in the streamer space. Like, even if it's just streamer friends and it doesn't go any deeper than that, that'd be kind of cool. It's definitely a goal of mine to hopefully collaborate with others. This will require me to be more outgoing, so I will do my best. Yes, I will do my best to try to get myself out there, put myself out there, stuff like that. A 3D and VR model. Yeah, no, I'd really like to eventually get a 3D model and a model capable of going into VR chat. Like, it'd be pretty cool, to be honest, to be in 3D. Yeah, there's a lot of things I can do with 3D that I can do with 2D, but it's more immersive if I'm in 3D. It just looks better. But no, right now it's not in the in the budget. And speaking of budget, goes into the next one. Create a self-sustaining channel. So what I mean by this is I want the channel to hopefully earn enough revenue for me to be able to not have to put my own money into it. It benefits off of itself. How do you put that? I want all the money for the channel to go back into the channel. Me constantly pumping money into the channel isn't exactly a good way to keep a channel going for very long, So hopefully I can achieve that. And as far as like the numbers things go, because I'm not a huge numbers guy, but if we could if I could one day hit 100,000 subscribers or followers on Twitch or YouTube, that would be insane. I don't see it happening. I'm going to do everything in my power to get there. But yeah, no, that'd be amazing. That'd be really cool. Yeah, no, that would basically be the big goal of the channel. After that, hey, if I've made it that far, I'm sure I know what I'm doing at that point. Let's see. Ah, yes, credits. So my father is Ryuji Riku, the person who created my live 2D model, art, and rig. All my beautiful, flowing assets and such. After that is I got Right Visual Works. He did the art on these slides that you've seen so far. Not like this white border stuff that's going on here, but like all the pictures of myself. He did all that. As far as the model goes too, he also did design. You know, he did the initial design. So I have the reference sheet that's drawn by them. Yeah, they do fantastic work. I really appreciate them. Kalen Frost did my sub badges on Twitch, and I think they're also shown on the thumbnail of this video. Little bird guys, they look great. Then you got Paichi Pop. She did my alert. Let me get that to pop up. And there we go. That alert. Paichi Pop did the art for that. Really cute. Really appreciate it. And Kiko did the stinger. I think I can get that to pop up real quick. Yeah, this whole stinger animation here. There we go. Yeah, Kiko did that. Looks, it's a really cool stinger, and I believe the stinger is available on their Ko-fi page. Just so you know, just saying, if you like the stinger, it's not a custom one, so that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I really appreciate these guys. Did fantastic work on all the assets I have. Yeah, no, it's great. Let's go for the next one. So I have trouble picking an individual artist for my emote, so I ended up just hiring a bunch of people. I like art. I like different art styles. I like to see what people will do with my reference sheet and make from it, you know. I like to see their interpretations of it, so to speak, so that's why I got so many emote artists to make it. You know, I have Lemmy, Malin Usagi, or Usagi Malin, Zeranium, Chu, Angel Bun VT, HMH Production, and Kalen Frost again, who all did emotes for me. If you're curious on like what emotes they did and all that stuff, I believe there should be a link down in the description of this video where you can, you know, see the full list of credits for everything that I have. But yeah, I know Lemmy and Angel Bun, as well as Paichi Pop. They all stream on Twitch, so if you're ever curious, yeah, that's a place to see. And I believe that's it, right? Yes, that is everything. So, yeah, let's get rid of this presentation. I guess it's time to show off my fashion, huh? Guess it's about that time. Well, all right, let me sneak. All right. So we'll start off with them shoes. Yeah. Little great shoes. Yeah, they're modeled off of the Nike Mag shoes from Back to the Future. As a kid, I really thought these shoes were just dope, and I still do. I still think they're really cool. But yeah, modeled off of that. So if you're wondering the idea behind them, that is it. Look really cool. I got some 6 sweatpants going on. Little double striping. This one has some of the stripes coming off. That was a cool design. This one has my name in Japanese, Nondda, on the side. Hopefully it's spelled right. I have no idea. I don't speak, I don't read, I don't know Japanese. But yeah, I like comfort, so sweatpants is the way to go. My nice little jiggly and wiggly strings and fingers, as you can see. Yeah. And we got my hands. Yep. Nice little exposed fingies minus the thumb. Thumb I keep nice and covered up. But yeah. Then you get the coat. Yes. Nice little gradient on the sleeves to help make it pop. As well as my little pen in my pocket. I got all these pockets for all the stuff I do for research and, you know. Nice stuff. got a nice little turtleneck too. Nice thing about turtleneck is they hide how long your neck is. Like, look at my neck. Look at how long that is. If I didn't have this turtleneck, it would look way longer than it does. That is why you go with a turtleneck. It helps hide your neck. You have a long neck, get a turtleneck. But yeah. And then we got my face. Yes. Hello. Yeah, I can do a couple of neat things with my face. Yeah. Ooh, here's my favorite combo right here. Yes. Getting the robot Shinji. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. Love that. Then we also got this one. No maidens. Yeah. Yeah, no. Ryuji did a great job with all these toggles. I can also take off my glasses too if I wanted. But I think my glasses help make me look smarter than I am. Yeah, much better. All right. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that is that's the debut. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I no longer have a presentation to go off of, so it's a little bit harder for me to think of things. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I hope to see maybe some of you in some of the streams I do in the future. And if future me ever gets to this point, hey, how's it going? Did we make it? We doing good? We making Floater proud? Hope so. Yeah. That's the video. Credits are in the description. All that good stuff. And I guess that's it. See you all later. Bye.